down right.
Just clipped Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Got it, turned him around. But now this is when it really is bizarre. Watch this.
Cornish already had damage in the hood.
I didn't see him there.
Okay, Benson drives into the 41. They look like they save it.
Johnny's tires bent out.
The racetrack, and he clips the 18 car.
Okay, that's why he spun so abruptly.
Yeah.
When Johnny made contact with the 41, it looked like it bent the suspension because you could see the tire in the 10 car just turn. Look at that hit. Oh my goodness.
Seven cars got a bunch of damage also.
Looks like Steve Park in the 30 and maybe Bill Elliott. I saw Elliott spin, maybe Steve Park as well.
On board with Jimmy Spencer now for our next look.
Side by side. Kyle Busch closing in. Watch out for the third place car, Kyle Busch. He's looking.
Hamlin edges ahead. They get it. They touch. They touch. And here comes Kyle. Hamlin got on the ball. Hamlin spins down the racetrack. And Kyle Busch wins in California.
I thought they'd be nice to each other.
Here's Shauna Robinson.
Okay, here we go. That's what we've been waiting for right here.
Watch the girl on the jack. She's got a lot of work to do right there. She can barely get that thing up. You see? She got it.
These things are heavy, guys.
90 pounds of tire and wheel there, folks. That's not an easy thing to lug around.
The jack's about 33 pounds, but the cylinder in it to get the thing up pretty quickly is tremendously difficult to manipulate.
And most of these guys on the jack weigh 190, 200 pounds. That girl doesn't weigh probably about 130 something. She's
Come on,
working
girl.
hard.
Hey, you got time to get 4 girls.
Only went with the 2.
They went with 2.
25 seconds.
And he's still in 10th position in the 5 car that was the leader at the end of the first segment.
Yeah, he got messed up over there off of turn 2 when somebody wadded up in front of him. He had to really take evasive action. Cost him a bunch of spots.
The car that was coming at the time of the flag, Jimmy Johnson.
Oh,
There it
trouble,
is, hard
trouble,
in the
guys.
outside wall.
Man.
Kane and Martin.
And here they are, all kinds. This is the big one we have in the All-Star race.
Tony Stewart.
Stewart had it missed, and Jeremy Mayfield came across track into him.
He didn't kept quite a bit of damage, but here's the guys that made it through right here.
The 48 car, Jimmy Johnson being one of them.
Does he live a charmed life? He had just made the pass to the inside when Kane and Mark Martin up front got together and into the outside wall.
His teammate didn't come out too badly either. Jeff Gordon, Mark Martin's car is destroyed. Tony's got quite a bit of damage.
Left front, especially.
Left front and rear. He got hit from behind.
And right behind him, Greg Biffle, a 16 car, could see a lot of damage on his right front. There's Kyle Busch. We just talked about him. Both ends of that race car.
You know, back in my day, those inverts on the features usually resulted in similar results.
Jamie McMurray, the 26 car, involved in that early crash coming off turn 4. He had stayed on the lead lap, and look at this car.
Look at Jeremy Mayfield's car.
How does McMurray even see where to go?
Starting with Bristol, and Tony, are people making too much about the on-track stuff, or there may be some hidden frustrations over the fact you haven't won yet this year?
There's no hidden frustrations. I think the people that are blowing it out of proportion are, Mike Joy and Larry McReynolds and Darrell Waltrip in the booth. Nobody else has been complaining about it. Darrell, or not Darrell, but Rusty and I talked when we saw each other, 2 days ago at the airport, and we were just kind of laughing about it and shook hands and went on. And, our fans at Sedalia, Missouri, and Knoxville, Iowa, that came out to watch us run the sprint car, they stood out in the rain for a half hour in the rain to get autographs. So it's funny. I keep watching the replays of the race after I get home and listening to Darrell and Mike Joy and McReynolds. It's like you keep watching the screen waiting on Tattoo to come by in his little white tuxedo welcoming everybody to Fantasy Island.
Man, ask Tony. Tell him this is a reality show. And, what we just talk about, I told him this the other night when I was talking to him. We just talk about what we see, and the one thing we see is a common denominator of him involved with a lot of other folks. So, I mean, we're not picking on him. We're just telling what we see.
DW says, Tony, that he's not picking on you. He just is seeing what the video shows.
Yeah, I know. Darrell's memory kind of gets a little screwed up sometimes. I guess he forgets that with all the rule changes he wants NASCAR to make, he forgets that if they changed the rules and took the champions provisional away, he wouldn't have been able to race the last 2 years. So I know Darrell's doing what he has to do at his job, but I think there's a lot of times what you see on the screen isn't the whole total story, and I think they've done a real good job in the booth of blowing things way out of proportion like they normally do. I guess that's probably what they need for ratings, which I think our sport's doing a pretty good job of ratings without having to butcher up what they see on the screen.